everyone, and welcome to the very best of Wedding Breakfast. Over the last year, we've travelled the UK to bring you the very best of everything to make your big day spectacular. From hen and stag parties with a difference to the first dance and everything in between. And over the next 30 minutes, we'll be checking out some top fashion tips for both brides and grooms. First up on the show, Nessa went to meet Jane Borvis at her boutique in Notting Hill. Her dresses feature in Sex and the City, don't you know?
I'm with Jane Borvis in her shop in Notting Hill, and I'm surrounded by absolutely incredible dresses, all made of the most beautiful vintage fabrics. And I'm really excited, and I'm going to have a chat with Jane now about the dresses. Hi, Jane.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
So you can see that I'm like a small little girl in a candy store right now, can't you? I've been very excited since I came in.
Yes, yes, you have.
Do you get a lot of brides who are like that coming in?
Yes, we get a lot of people that are looking for something slightly different, and they sort of come in the door and get quite a shock when they sort of look and see the type of thing that we can do and make, because it's sort of fairly fantasia and different, interesting. We make a lot of things for people, and no, they love it actually. Women love it.
So they're not just vintage dresses, they're actually bespoke. You make them specifically for the person.
We have a lot of vintage, but sometimes with vintage they don't last being worn for a few hours. So we actually use a lot of vintage textiles, and we cut a lot of dresses from very old designs, and then we cut ourselves and make. We work a lot with tulle, as you can probably see.
Yeah.
And then we fit people. We do a lot of corsets and generally make a lot ourselves.
So how did you get started in the industry?
We were selling a little bit of clothing, but not a lot. And then my background is clothing, cutting, and sort of technology of clothing. And we started cutting a few things for people, but we started cutting slightly different things, slightly strange things, and people just loved them, and they just came back more and more and more. Any
celebrity clients?
We have quite a few people that come in. We have stylists that come in to buy for people. We did the last dress for Sex and the City, which was wonderful.
That green dress?
Yes.
Oh, I loved that dress.
Yes. No, that was lovely. I didn't actually know that it was going off to Sex and the City, and it was one of my favourite dresses. It was absolutely beautiful. Come on out, Nessa. Let's have a look. Wow. So beautiful, stunning, absolutely stunning.
So I'm actually quite speechless. So beautiful. You're going to have to talk me through it.
Okay, so we've got one of our corsets on here, which is just a massive tulle, and in fact across the top, funnily enough, this is a very old antique hat that I've sort of taken apart, and that goes across the top of the bodice, and everything we sort of finish off on people. So probably we would build up the shoulder far more, and it's over this massive, wonderful sort of tulle skirt, which is made in, you know, quite a lot of different colours. There are different colours underneath, and so you just get this wonderful, it's just beautiful. You look beautiful in this, Nessa. It's really stunning. It's just, this is more what we make when somebody does want to get married in white or cream. And we mix all these antique laces together, and it's all different colours. I mean, you've got ivory here on cream. This is white. This is silk embroidery on the linen, and they just look absolutely beautiful. And this is over one of the skirts that we cut, which is the most wonderful shape, this skirt, because it's quite a figure skimming, and we cut it with a train, and of course we can cut it with a longer train if we need to.
So I suppose I'm going to have to take it off now, even though I don't want to.
You don't want to take it with you?
Well, do you know what? I shall have to come back to you.
It is amazing.
It's absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's been a pleasure too. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, vintage couture at its best. Cinderella will make it to the ball. Well, from the wonderful world of designer and vintage wedding dresses to bespoke suits for the men in your life, if you fancy getting your fiancé kitted out in a bespoke little number, then this one is for you.
Oliver Benjamin, good afternoon. Oliver Benjamin is not only myself, but represented by 4 people that work for me over 4 locations throughout London. We are tailors, and we also make lots of off-the-peg suits, shirts, ties, overcoats, socks, all sorts of accessories. A bespoke tailor means that someone can come in and create something from scratch. It's not only their choice of cloth, it's their choice of detail in terms of the cut. It's then made to their measurements. They can either make an appointment or they can come in off the street. It would take a little bit of time, and you go through the various elements. So effectively, if someone walks in, they'll give us hopefully a brief, some sort of indication of what they'd like. Some people bring in pictures or maybe even something that they have seen or been recommended. On a groom's wedding day, he can wear various things. We generally work on 2 elements, lounge suit and morning suit. The former, lounge suit, can be split between a day and an evening wedding. We do a lot of evening weddings in black tie. We do a lot of day weddings in very smart lounge suits. Generally speaking, that would be based on a single-breasted suit. At the moment, predominantly 1 or 2 buttons. One, I think, is very smart, and we try and suggest that, especially for something like a wedding, because it again takes it away from a work suit. We also make shirts for people. We have off-the-peg shirts in the store, which are all beautifully finished and a great cut that's exclusive to us. However, if part of the day you want to create your own shirt as well, you can do that. So we have a number of different options on style for the collar, for the cuff. All the detail can be done, and again, you can have your initials put on it, possibly even the date. Fabric-wise, if you're going to have a morning coat made, it's most probably the most conservative. So generally speaking, the client that would want such a thing will be limited to black top, probably herringbone, so it's got a small chevron detail all over it, and then followed by a striped trouser. Something like that, but basically it's a combination of the grey, black, in different settings. The alternative to that would be a dog tooth, which is acceptable, slightly more flamboyant. So this fabric could be for a waistcoat. This also could be for a waistcoat in the light beige. These sort of lighter fabrics could also be used for a summer wedding and made in a nice lounge suit. So you can pick out any number of shades from white through and really have some fun with colour there. Again, adding to that the colour of the lining, any stitch detailing to make an overall combination which is more interesting. Having a bespoke suit made for you means that everything is created on your behalf. It's truly individual. You can have your initials embroidered in it, you could have the date of your wedding embroidered in it, you could choose any number of options on the styling, you can choose any number of options on the cloth. So effectively you are creating something from scratch. We guide you, and that's our job to do that, but you have something that you'll always remember on your day as being totally unique and special.
Gorgeous. Remember, the men are just as important as the ladies on the big day, so make sure they don't get forgotten. Okay, time for a quick break now. We'll be back in a few minutes with some fashion action. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had time for a quick cuppa. Now, not everybody wants the big white wedding dress. There's lots of you looking for something a little bit different. Well, Nessa went along to meet Candy Anthony to check out her 50s inspired dresses, and I'll give you a clue. A certain lady who had breakfast at Tiffany's would not look out of place in one of these numbers.
Hi, Candy.
Hi, Nessa.
Tell me where we're going to begin with all these incredible dresses.
We can start with the big one.
That sounds like a great place to start.
Inspiration for this goes back to 1950s, the golden age of couture, thanks to Christian Dior. Most of our dresses are inspired by that era, 1950s and 60s.
Could a bride come to you with a picture of Audrey Hepburn and say, make me look like this on my wedding day?
Yes, I'm quite happy if a bride were to come to me with an image of, you know, an icon such as Audrey Hepburn or Grace Kelly, and we'll work together to create the look. I won't necessarily copy it to a T, but we'll definitely create that feel.
So tell me about the process of designing a wedding dress from scratch.
We have a small studio across from here, an atelier, and it's a hive of activity. We have seamstresses and pattern cutters that have designed and trained in the UK, and they put all of their skills onto making an intricate dress such as this one that has taken, I'd say, a good part of 3 days to make. And you know, the making is reflective in the price, but we're still very affordable. This here dress has taken a good part of 3 to 4 days to make. It's made of silk, and it's made of layers and layers of light tulle, and each layer has been gathered and you know, hand pinned and then stitched onto this tulle, and then there's a little surprise waiting underneath. Wow. Lashings of petticoat.
Okay, let's look at the next one.
This lace here was a lace that I used on my own wedding dress, so that it's quite, you know, it holds quite fond memories for me, this particular lace. It's delicate and it's quite a Mediterranean feel to it, I think.
I love all the skirting, it's beautiful. And last but definitely not least, tell me about this stunning creation.
Okay, this is probably one of the most classic styles that we have here. It's great fun because you have a pretty shoulder tulle overlay, and then you can later take that off and have quite a different look.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and wear that for your evening. It's versatile.
So lots of different looks on your wedding day rather than just one.
Yeah.
Now, Candy, are you going to let me try some of these gorgeous dresses on?
I suppose so.
Good news.
Shall we get you into something?
Yeah.
Where would you like to
Candy
start?
floss. Go on. Every girl's dream, really.
Girl's dream. Oh, Nessa! Wow!
I'm in love with this dress.
This is Funky Bride. I have to put this veil on. Wow. That's Funky Bride. Super. Nessa! That has to be my favourite. And now for the veil. I love this veil because it has such movement in it. And as it billows out over your chignon.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for inviting me into the world of your gorgeous dresses. I loved trying them on.
Great stuff. Thanks, Candy. A touch of nostalgia for you there. Well, now you've got the dress all sewn up, let's get suited and booted. We head to bespoke tailor Patrick Grant of Savile Row. I'm here at the world-famous Savile Row to meet Patrick Grant, owner of Norton & Sons, and to check out his incredible range of bespoke men's suits. Hello, Patrick.
Hi, George.
Pleasure
How
to
are
meet you. Welcome to Wedding Breakfast.
Well, thank you very much indeed, and welcome to Norton & Sons and Savile Row.
An incredible setting for you here, and I must say, an absolutely beautiful store.
We're very lucky to be here on the kind of home of beautiful menswear.
Tell me a bit about how you got here.
Well, the firm has been here a lot longer than I have. Norton & Sons was founded in 1821. We've been making handmade suits for men for almost 200 years now, and personally I've been here 2.5 years. and I came from a very different background, but I was drawn to Savile Row by a love of beautiful craftsmanship and a love of great suits.
What kind of style do you specialise in?
Well, as I mentioned, we are a bespoke tailors, so we will make you any suit you wish. The Norton & Sons style is pretty classical. It's very Savile Row. It's typically a two-button, single-breasted suit, shaped at the waist, little bit of chest, slight rope to the shoulder. Very classic, very masculine, very, very English-looking suit. That being said, we are a bespoke tailors. We cut every pattern from scratch. We start with a blank piece of paper and your suit is entirely made for you. So if you want something special or different, of course we're happy to do that, but we're happy to guide you through that process.
So focusing on weddings, obviously the classic morning suit, is that the most popular look, you would say?
Well, it's still a big part of the wedding trade that we do. There aren't very many people left in the world who can still make a great fitted morning coat. The tailoring is difficult, the cutting is difficult, the fitting is difficult. Here on Savile Row, they kind of have practiced the art for a long time and get it really right. And people want different styles for different places. If you're getting married overseas, you don't necessarily want to wear a morning coat, which is a very English look. So we're making classic lounge suits, we're making dinner suits, in all ranges of fabrics, from very, very light 6-7 ounce cloth up to the heavier sort of 13-14 ounce cloth. We've got an enormous selection, 7,000 or 8,000 cloths in store here.
Well, Patrick, I'm pretty intrigued as to what happens back there.
Norton End.
Can we go and have a look?
Yeah, of course.
Brilliant, let's go.
This is David in the process of cutting a jacket pattern. Obviously, this is the side body, this is the front of the jacket. That's the lapel there at the front. Everything that we do here is cut from scratch, so he starts off with a great big blank sheet of pattern paper. David does the measuring, he runs the rule over the client, he looks at their figure, he takes an assessment of the way they stand, their posture, everything else that goes into it. And from that, he creates a pattern, a flat paper pattern, which is then translated into a three-dimensional garment over the course of a number of fittings.
Pretty amazing watching you put this together. It's an incredible process, looking at how everything unravels to kind of create the suit. What have we got here?
Well, this is what we call a forward. This is your suit in a nearly completed stage. Obviously, as we go through the process, we sew it, we fit it, we take it apart, we recut it, we re-sew it. This is a jacket that's almost complete. So this would be just about the last stage you'd see it before you see a fully finished suit.
OK, Patrick, so let's talk about the costs for such a creation.
OK.
What's involved?
Well, it's very simple. Our suits start at just a little bit below £3,000 and then they go up to about £15,000 depending on the cloth that you choose. The majority of our suits are in and around £3,000 to £3,500. Morning suits are a bit more expensive. A three-piece morning coat suit, you're looking at about £4,500 because there's a lot more work that goes into sewing one of the body coats. But you can pay as much or as little as you like depending on the cloth that you choose. And these suits are made in the most fantastic cloth, and they're so beautifully sewn that they will last, half a century, if not more.
Well, OK, viewers, all you boys out there watching, you can see the big day is not just about the bride. You can also have something pretty spectacular, and I think Patrick and the team here is definitely a man to see. Really great to meet Patrick. Again, some amazing suits for you there. Something you can wear forever or pass down the family tree. So, on to the final feature in today's show. Bridal Path in Sawbridgeworth, Hertfordshire stocks a gorgeous range of dresses and accessories. We popped along to meet Jo, the owner, to find out a bit more about her favourite designers.
If you want to pop in and make an appointment, that's absolutely fine. If we can fit you in on the day for trying on dresses, we will do. That's no problem at all. Here at Bridal Path, we stock dresses by Stuart Parvin, which are the very classic, very straight dresses, beautifully designed, elegantly tailored. Less is very much more with Stuart. He's a very simplistic design, and he firmly believes in the fact that the bride should wear the dress and not the dress wear the bride. So his styles vary from very simple and very elegant. He works predominantly in beautiful Duchess satins, really gorgeous, simple, elegant fabrics. Sashes can be changed, colours can be changed for you. Clean lines, very simple, very elegant. This one's also new for the new season. And Stuart's very much going back to almost a traditional style as well, but with his own fresh modern twist with the little bows. Very neat, very elegant. He's also offering a range of polyester satin skirts as well for slightly more budget-conscious brides. No attention to detail is missed. So you've got these beautiful buttons. Stuart prides himself as well on having these internal corsets within the dress. So you can be guaranteed of having a fabulous figure with Stuart's dresses. They're amazing. They cinch the waist in, they maximise your shape. They're wonderful. Another designer we stock at Bridal Path is Cheshire-based Sharon Bowen. Sharon is very, very well known in the Northwest as a designer of fabulous, fabulous clothes. She's actually done wedding dresses which have appeared in Coronation Street too. Her dresses are never less than theatrical. Wonderful style, wonderful cut, great detail, great with colour as well. She loves to use colour. Hand-painted laces, hand-painted silks, coloured taffetas. Absolutely wonderful. Another thing that Sharon really enjoys doing is hand painting, for us she did this beautiful, beautiful skirt embellished with crystals and hand painted. A bride can have any design, any flower painted onto her skirt. We've also got the matching fantastic bodice to go with it as well, which again is all hand painted, all keyed in colour wise. So it's very simple but very, very interesting, exciting, very unique to the bride, which is what we like to try and achieve, is something, a detail that's unique to the bride for her day. In addition, we stock Amanda Wakely, very well known, probably better known for her evening wear, her beautiful, beautiful designs, very popular with celebrities. But she also does a stunning range of bridal wear, one of which, something like this, very simple, very elegant kimono style dress, very evocative of a vintage era. A lot of clients can't quite decide whether it's a 20s dress, a 40s dress, but it's beautiful. It has this wonderful beaded belt which goes around the waist, cinches you in, and it just looks sensational on. Just very, very plain, very simple, just a flower in your hair, that's all you need. That's just a small selection of what we stock here at Bridal Path. Obviously we have many more dresses to suit many more brides here. We also, in addition, do a full haute couture service, should you need it, should you not find the dress that you want to find from us in the first instance. We can make anything you want, starting from a lower budget up to the sky's the limit.
With Jo styling you for your wedding day, it's impossible to go wrong. Thanks, Jo. Well, that's it for the best of wedding breakfast, suits and dresses. Make sure you join us again soon for some top ideas and inspiration. Cakes, dresses, flowers, suits and so much more. We'll see you soon.